What's up, y'all? It's Shuffle AM. Actually, here it's 7 in the morning. I woke up like 20 minutes ago. But we're going to go over some patch notes for DD2. The DLC's coming out next Monday. Yeah, next Monday. And there is a little bit of free content added to the game now, regardless of the DLC. So that's pretty cool. I think it's only on the experimental branch because it's on the coming in hot release. So the experimental beta for DD2 on Steam, you just go to the betas tab and then select coming in hot. Or if you're playing on Epic, it's going to be the experimental branch of the game. And so it's for testing. Right now, they released it, and this is actually a pretty beefy patch. It's not just a little bit of content. There's some really nice balance changes coming. And so the first stuff to talk about is the ability to remove positive quirks at the hospital. This is fantastic. I'm not sure how much it costs, but being able to do that is really good because sometimes you have your locked quirk on like a memory hero. You know, you have your Jinx locked in or your Defiant, something like that. And they also have Bloodthirsty. You don't want to lose that, so you can constantly purge the other quirk they get. It's a little bit expensive, I'd imagine, in the long term, but you know, a little more control over your heroes. Removing Breacher from your Plague Doctor is now a reality, so that's pretty cool. Add a new combat route encounters. This is something they like. These are new enemies, so we'll talk about that in a sec. Added rank highlight to indicate which monster is guarding select target. This is fantastic. This is how it should be. DD1 didn't even have this. I really like that. Party and hero loadout savings. So if you want to just go, this is my Night Sworn loadout, so just save it. Whenever I want to play Night Sworn, just hit that. If you have a favorite party, you can lock that in too. Assuming you can lock in the loadouts at the same time as well. And then just go, this is my favorite team. Press the button, and they all come flying in, ready to go. This has been requested for a while, I believe. So, added achievement list to the profile summary UI. It's whatever. New Crossroads UI. It looks very nice. Updated Stagecoach UI and reposition equipment slots. This also looks pretty good. A little weird at first because like all three of the boxes, like the trophy, the pet, and the flame, are all like right there on the bottom right, and then the rest of them, like your equipment slots, go to the left. A little bit weird at first because like everything's in one spot, but it's actually really good. For combat, updated days description to better reflect that it interacts with actions, not just turns. Yeah, this is a very small thing, but it does help clarify stuff because, you know, if you ever had someone dazed or stunned and used Encore, the Encore turn would eat that. And then they would either get dazed to the back or they'd be immediately stunned, which actually had its benefits because you could, you know, if you want to make sure you had your turn, that turn, or next turn, then you could Encore the stun or daze off. Now we come to some hero balancing, and the first thing is Take Aim no longer grants speed. Kind of wish it lost the second crit token, but honestly, any Take Aim nerf, fine. You know, so HWM's starting to get chipped away at. He's honestly a fine character. It just Take Aim, and then when you combine it with Sharp Shot, is really, really ridiculous. So this is a step in the right direction. And some people may think, well, if you lose the speed token, you know, that means that my teammates can get rid of the defenses on the enemies as the turn progresses, but it still has its disadvantages because if HWM's not going first at the start of the next turn, they have a chance to make new defenses or hit him with Weaken, hit him with Blind or something like that, and he's kind of stuck. So it's a good balance change. It's a small one, but it will matter a lot, especially if Sharp Shot ever loses speed. Man-at-Arms finally getting the nerf hammer. Crush damage reduced to better reflect his role as a defender for the second time. And for those unaware, that's just a meme because Crush originally did 4 to 8 and they took 1 point off it, and that's what they put in the patch notes. Rampart, I'm surprised the damage came down. I guess just to take all of his damage down slightly. So overall, Man-at-Arms gonna be putting out just less damage, and that's honestly pretty good because he did too much. He had so much utility, and he did pretty good damage all the time. So lowering his damage values like Repose 2 is really good. Retribution base cooldown increased to 2 from 1. Cool. Now you don't have to hit this every, turn or every other turn or whatever. Retribution Plus no longer grants block. And I believe the cooldown comes down to 1. It doesn't say it here, but since this is up to 2, this is down to 1. Or it stays at 1, assumedly. And with Retri Plus losing the block, it's a good change just to nerf Man-at-Arms in general. He's been the strongest character since release. It took a little time for people to kind of come around to it, but he most unanimously is the strongest character for a lot of reasons that I've discussed. But I would rather have seen this overall. I like the cooldown's nice, it's whatever though, and the block getting removed from Retri Plus it matters. It matters a lot. And I'd rather it lose the taunt personally, because taunt is proving to be a problematic token. It's just too good at corralling enemy intentions. But the other thing too is now it's more risky to give him retribution because he has no block, and he's just gonna get hit. So in a way, it's still a great nerf. It's just debatable. Is it the best nerf or is it the second best nerf? It's still good. Bolster no longer removes Vuln from the target. Bolster Plus no longer removes Weaken Vuln. This is just a Sergeant exclusive thing now, I think. Unless it removes it on himself, then that's a bit weird, but Changes, they said changes like this are coming in pieces, so we'll just see how it goes over time. Full tip on Binding Shadows. Oh, that doesn't really matter. Let's see. Collector now only can spawn once per region. Good, so you don't get, destroyed by him 2 or 3 times. Collected heads now only spawn with extra actions on the first round. This is something people really hated, and I kind of understand the thought behind it, because Collector spends his entire first turn essentially doing nothing, so it's it's good that the heads come in and start hitting you. But over the course of the fight, every time they get summoned, they get extra turns. And what would happen is when you're fighting Collector, you'd kill 1 or 2 heads before Collector's turn, and then Collector would summon more, and so it'd be like the heads go, and then he summons more after they die, and then the next 2 would go again. So the enemy was essentially cheating like the action economy, getting like 5, 6, 7 turns in a round, and it's not good in any way, shape, or form. So this is a good change. I like that they kept the on spawn for the first time extra action, and then after that it's changed. Ravenous Reach, this is Act 4. Setback now ignores stealth, which, cool. I didn't even know you could do that. Just stealth your rank 1 character, and then just dodge the hit. Alright. A lot of item changes, which I'm really happy about too. So when items are gaining combat, they appear in the post-combat reward screen. So like if you get the blood when you kill an enemy, it's going to pop up in the item screen too, which is nice. Increase sluice chance, or sluice items appearing from 10 to 20. Great change, because they were very rare before. Let's see. Fixed issue, multiple copies of signature in items when they should be unique. Oh no. So this was a very rare but funny occurrence, because you could get, all the in items multiple times. And it was the funniest with Man-at-Arms, because his was an item that if you're guarded, you get bonus damage, like flat bonus damage. And so you could get 2 or 3 of those if you're really lucky over the run. So anyone that gets guarded gets like plus 100% damage or something ridiculous. And they changed that, so that's fine. It's just funny. Like it was such a rare occurrence that it ultimately doesn't matter, but like that 1 in 1,000 chance that it happens is no longer possible. Unnatural Pigment no longer consumes crit tokens. This is a super rare item. Like I've only seen it a couple times. It's I think it's from a study, like the painting one or something. Let's see. Fixed tin delicacies. This is from the locked door. Can interact with items such as Icebox, which is really good. Now you can, food bill and the rabbit and stuff just keep winning, and now you can get multiple tin delicacies. It's a very powerful food item. That's nice. Dangling Striker, chance to apply combo increase from 33 to 66. Fantastic. This is a Slew Trinket. Believe. Maybe it's not. Crimson Tick now is actually 8%. It said 5, but it's 8% chance for blood. Really glad, after almost a year, they fixed that tooltip. There's a lot that are just, explanations and stuff. Yeah, this Vessel Trinket, and now the burn condition from illumination skills to range skills. This is really good. This is like a damage upgrade. So if you, I don't know if Hand of Light is range, but I would honestly just change this to skills because Mace Bash still kind of sucks, but this is really good. So now your Judgment does extra burn, your Illumination does burn, and whatever other range skills that she has also do burn. Boatman's Grog now applies to every hero instead of the one equipping it. That's actually crazy. So this is the one that if you get it from the Dreaming General, and if you have weakness or weaken token or a vuln token, it flips them into strength or block. And now this goes to the whole team. That's actually pretty crazy. So we'll have to see how that is, Glimmer of Hope is now flammable. This interacts with some other trinkets. That's very nice, especially the Smoldering Firewood. I believe you need a flammable item to charge it up or get it going. Foreclosure Notice. This is a trinket that was really cool in concept, but it was like really, really punishing in practice. And it got, fixed or got really buffed. So I'm really happy to see that. Any Grave Robber change is a good change in most cases, and I want to run this now for sure. This is a really good Venom Drop trinket. So chance to apply combo while in rank 4 increased from 33 to 50%. So that means every time you throw out flashing daggers, you're going to be, really throwing down combo, which is really cool. Healing Received debuff. This is the big one. While non-stealth reduced from 75 to 25. So before it was like, if she's not in stealth, she's toast. She gets hit, she's in trouble because it's really hard to heal her. Now adds 2 stealth tokens upon a successful hit. So just cap out your stealth every time you hit flashing daggers or whatever. I think it might be ranged seals, but really good. Faceless Visage. Enemy shuffle on combat start now changed to round start. So you constantly shuffle the enemy. That just sounds fun. Might not be super good, but it's fun, Unwavering Standard. This is a Tangle Trinket. Chance to apply block for each ally increase from 33 to 66. Love it. I think this is the one that is on turn start. No, combat start, I think it gives block, and it was only 33%. That's kind of weak. But now it's 66. That's a lot better. Silent Treatment. This is the Stealth Cultist Trinket. Chance to gain 1 stealth token. 66% on round start. Change to gain 1 stealth token, 50% or 20%. That's huge. I think I don't know if the percentages are the exact same, but this is very similar to the Denial altar in Act 1, where it gives stealth to other cultists. So that's really cool. It would be nice if it like reflects what the enemies are doing. That, is very immersive. That's a good change. Murder Weapon, chance to instant kill on crit increase from 15 to 20. Good. I mean, it's a small change, but any change is good. These are the big ones. So Burning Salve, Bandages, Anti-Venom, they cure damage over time effects. The heal change from 10% to a flat 5. This is super good for a couple reasons. One, it's really good on low HP heroes now because percentage healing is a good idea. And the one drawback is that since it's on everything, all of the heroes that have low HP, Grave Robber, Jester, stuff like that, the percentage heals were only giving them like 3 HP, 2 sometimes, depending, maybe 4. And it wasn't really that good. And these being flat amounts, it helps them the most. It's great because it's like a slight nerf to tanks because they get less HP from the heal in some cases, like if they have, food buff or something or some other HP. And now it's a flat amount. So it's a little bit of a nerf in one direction and then a huge buff in other directions. Really smart change. And same thing with mineral rich spring water. Healing salve changed from 33% to a flat 12. For a lot of characters, 33 was about 10 to 12, maybe 15. So this is just really consistent for, the same reasons I said before. Adrenaline tonic changed to flat 18 instead of 50. Triage kit changed to flat 27, still really good. Again, nerfs tanks helps your low HP characters. Stitching kit heal increased to 50 from 20. I think this is a change I suggested. Not saying I'm the only one, but I remember posting it somewhere, or at least I think I did. And then fixes a lot of small bug and various changes. So, if you want to read through those, I'll link the notes, obviously, and then you can pause the video or whatever. This is a nice one, though. Flagell will no longer become jealous when others get healed or cured from dots. However, Flagell will no longer gain affinity with heroes that heal him or cure him of dots. He wants to suffer in all caps. Known issues, localization, gamepad stuff. All right. So that's it for the notes. Really good stuff. Really excited to see this. Again, the DLC comes out next week, next Monday. Not sure what time it is, but December 11th. And I would imagine it's like 10 a.m. or something. But really good changes. Got some new enemies. These are they're enemies related to the DLC. And what happens is when you run into them, it's like a huge barricade and you fight like a couple soldiers. They have other barricades and they play off each other. So it's just a nice change, a nice new thing to break stuff up, and you get that for free. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below. What other changes you may have wanted to see, what you think about these ones. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.